go ahead and we will add some items. Excuse me. We'll add items and let me see something real quick. So we're gonna add items to the shopping cart, and for each, you know, we're gonna have a button for each item. We're gonna say add the cart, and of course we're gonna make them only $49.99, and we're gonna have the product name here. Yeah. So okay, so let's go ahead and I've added the padding, all 10, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some products. This is just a placeholder. How we do that is we're gonna go up here and I'm going to create a variable with some items, and this is gonna be a constant let. Okay, items equal, and we're gonna say winning. These are brands of boxing gloves, right? Okay. Winning. Let me go ahead and make this an array. Okay. Winning. Cleto. Reyes. Grant. Title. Ringside. All these are types of gloves, right? So now that we have these gloves, we're gonna do it for each. We're gonna loop through these. Okay. I'm gonna go in front of this H stack right here, and I'm gonna say for each, right? And we're gonna say items. That's this array right here, comma, ID. And since this isn't a custom object, you do like this, dot self. And this is how you create, this is what you do when it's not a custom object, stuff like a string or an integer. Oh my God, my cursor keep jumping around. Okay, right here. And then I'm gonna say item in, just like we do when we deal with closures, okay? Now that I have this, I want to take this stack right here, and I'm going to put this inside of here. Okay, actually, I'm going to leave the padding thing outside of it. Or you know something? Yeah, I'm going to leave the padding thing outside of it. So X horizontal. Okay. And yeah, so there we go. I have it, right? And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this because we don't need that. Right. Well, actually, it looks better with it. So let's put it back. And then we have this. Of course, I can also take this and put this inside of this, but whatever. Right now, we just want to get this working. And so now I'm going to take this, and of course, we're going to do some interpolation item, right? And those are those. So now we have all of our stuff, and we can, now we have our button. Okay. And of course, when you say this, when you push a button, you should say adding, or I don't know. Let's go ahead and compile this. All right. Okay. And see, as I click each one, it says adding like it's supposed to. So we have right, and then of course on here, remove, and then there's nothing happening when I do fulfill order. We want to make sure that we do something, and we'll just say process order, print. Okay. Process order. Okay. Place this. Okay. Fulfill, and you're processing the order. Okay, so now we have this, and everything's working on this side. So now what we need to do, we need to go in here and we need to do our protocols, and we need to do our shopping cart, right? So let's go ahead and start off with our shopping cart. Shopping carts first. And give me a minute. Okay, so now we're gonna do the shopping cart, and now what we need to do is we need to create a shopping cart protocol, right? Which we already have the shopping cart protocol. You just look at this right here, protocol, shopping cart protocol, items, string, we have a getter and setter, add item, string, right? And this is the signature for another remove item and get total. This is our signature, right? Go back to our shopping cart. And what we need to do is now, first of all, we're going to have things that adhere to the published, right? And on top of that, we're going to reference this with a we're going to reference this in our content view with a state object. Okay, remember we talked about the difference between state and state object. You know, state is more view wide, state object is application wide. So or between views, right? Outside of the view. Okay. Or outside of the object. So let's go back here, and what we're going to do is let's implement two protocols, right? One is observable objects. Okay. And the other one is going to be shopping protocol, shopping cart protocol. Okay. And we should start getting some errors telling us that they want some prompts, right? Okay. All right. So now we have all our stuff. Someone is calling and this is killing me. Okay. So now for this, what we need to do is items string. This needs to be at publish. We're going to use this property wrapper. And I've gone over property wrappers in earlier videos, and we're going to put a default value, which is an empty array. I'm going to say specifically of string. Okay. So our default value here. Okay. And now let's go ahead and start adding. Let's go ahead and do another one, because in our view, in our content view, we're also going to access a property called total. That's part of this object. Total is going to be the total of all of everything that's in our shopping cart. Okay. Or right. And this is going to be of type double. And we're going to set a default value. Okay. So now we don't have this error, right? Now let's go ahead and let's add in the functionality, right? Items is our array here. So let me add one more thing too. This isn't how we're gonna do in the real world. It's not. In the real world, when we do this, this is gonna be implementation that we're gonna put into our view. But in the real world, you're gonna put this implementation into the view model. Okay. But I'm basically what I'm trying to do is just illustrate the aspect, the decoupling aspect of this, and the dependency inversion aspect of this. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so append item. Okay, and then we're also going to say, well, I want to just basically print something to the screen, right? Just so you'll know that, hey, the stuff has been added, right? Item. And the item is what? Item. Okay. And say we're gonna say items, right? So you know all the items that are actually in our shopping cart. Okay. Items. Okay. So this is the individual item being added, all the items in the shopping cart. So you can see them side by side. Okay. Now we're gonna have a thing we'll say remove item, right? Okay, and so we'll say if let index, because right now we're passing a string and we're gonna find the index of it in that array, in the array. And at that index, we're gonna remove whatever's there. Okay, index equals item dot first index of, look, I'm just making this fast. Of course, this isn't the way that I would do it, especially with a custom class and first index of may not be the only, may not necessarily be the proper one. But in this case, it is because all of our items in our list are unique. Okay, so items, that's right, items. And this should first index, this should be items dot first index of items dot remove at index. Okay. All right. So this should work. Yeah, there you go. I was wondering what the heck is going on right there. And now we have this over here. We have our add item. We have our remove item. Now we have to get our get total. This is what's going to calculate our total. Okay. And how we get this is we say, we're going to say var total, var total, not tal, right? Of type double, okay, equals 0 for item in items, right? We're going to do this for item and items, and we're going to say TOT total plus equals what? Get price for item. Now, let's pause this right here and we'll do a function called get price for item. And basically, it returns the price for the item and it adds it, right? So I'm gonna say function private func, because we're not using it anywhere else but here. Private func get price, okay, for item, right? Get price for item. And I don't really want to see that as a parameter. Item, right? String, right? And this returns a double, right? Okay, now this returns a double. We'll say var, not car, var cost type double, right? And we're going to start off with 0.00. Okay. Now we're going to just say switch item. Okay. And you know something, we're just gonna say well, regardless, whatever it is, right? Um, mm, um, what we're gonna do is just we're gonna say we're just gonna return item. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna return a certain cost no matter what. We're going to say return 49.99. That's it. That's it. No, actually, let's do this. What? 49.99. That's it. That's gonna be the price no matter what. This is just a dummy. All right. I mean, usually you can have some type of functionality that depending on whatever you put in there, it sets a price, but everything's 49.99. Just to uh, just to get that over with because you guys are going to be tired. Okay. Okay. And of course, I'm just gonna say item. I'm gonna put item here. And argument has get price for item. So let's do this. CV, right? And that's how that works, right? And then we're gonna say return the total. Return total, right? Okay, so this is everything we need, right? Everything our shopping cart object needs. So now what we need to do is we're going to go back to our content view. Now let's go ahead and start adding some functionality to our content view. And we're going to go to the top and we're going to at state object, right? Var cart equals shopping cart, right? We do have a shopping cart, right? That's our state object. Now what we need to do is add not state object, but state. Now, why don't we use state object instead of state on this one, right? One, we know that our checkout object is not going to be used across, only be used here, right? That's one. Two, um, we need to make sure that the shopping cart object is initialized before it gets to our current checkout or our checkout object. If we do it this right here, it won't be completed, right? That's just that is yeah, you have to talk to Apple about that. I don't completely understand that myself, but so I had to do this so that it is declared up here, but it's not initialized until later on. Okay. Optional equals nil. All right. There we go. We have this going. No errors. Now, we're going to go down. Right. Give me a second. Where is my button? So right here, where I add, well, no, something. Let's not worry about checking out yet. We aren't even remotely there yet. We need to worry about adding stuff to the cart, right? So let's add to cart. Right. So right here, cart. add to cart, and we can do it like this. Cart dot add item. And what is that item? That item is item right here. Right? So now we've added to item, right? And now, because we've added to item, we can iterate through the cart.items. So right here, in VStack, right? Say my items, go over here to HStack, and we'll say, right, for each, right, this, right? And I'm gonna say C item in, okay, because we already have item already expressed. And we're gonna say cart dot items, comma, ID colon what slash dot self, right? Why slash dot self? Because this isn't a custom object. Okay. All right. So now that we have that, I'm going to take this H stack, take this, take it out of here, put it here. Okay. Now, product name, right? Product name is not winner. It is not. Product name is this. C item. Okay. Right. And then get rid of this right here. And we say remove cart dot remove item. And what item is that? Again, C item. Right. Okay. Now this should be working. I'm going to do this. Now I have this, no items. I'm going to add to this cart. And right here, winning, Cleto Reyes. See that? Ringside. Now, if I want to remove it, and as you can see, this updates. These are examples of state object and state. You're gonna have to understand that many times if this is dependent, if this next wrapper is dependent on the first one, it can't be state object. Gotta make it, in this case, I have to make it state. And later down here somewhere, I will initialize it properly. But at this point, if I try to initialize everything up here, state cannot be set because it's dependent on cart. And I'll show you about that later. Let's go ahead and do our check. Let's go ahead and do our checkout. Our checkout object, because we haven't even done that, right? So let me move this over, I swear. Okay. So we have our shopping cart object, right? That's done. Now we have to do our checkout, which we haven't even started on. Now here is I'm not gonna say the magic of dependency inversion, but this is the cool part. Okay. So we have our protocol. And our protocol, there's only one method in the signature, is process order. Okay. So we need to go back here, okay, to checkout, and we need to implement two protocols. Observed object, which again, if you don't understand that, there are tutorials on it. Go back and look at them. And checkout protocol, right? All right. Hold on, that's wrong. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. This will be checkout right here, right? Here's where I do observed object. Oh my God. I don't know what's the matter with me. I was quality zone for a second. All right, yes, class checkout. So now what I need to do is of course, this says that we are missing stubs. And yes, process order is the stub, right? But there also is other functionality, right? We need to say let cart. We need to have a cart. This is our shopping cart that we're using an instance of shopping cart in this checkout. But we aren't going to say cart equals shopping cart. No. What we're going to do is we're going to use the protocol that it conforms to. That's what we're going to designate as our type here. So it's not shopping cart. What it is shopping cart protocol, right? Because this shopping cart is a shopping cart protocol. So that's what we want. That way, if something ever happens and I have to write another shopping cart that works a different way, all it has to do is conform to shopping cart, just like this. And we can pass this cart to the we can pass this shopping cart to this checkout, just the same as we're doing now. Okay. All right. So here we go. So type shopping cart, and then we're going to say, we're going to create initializer, knit, right? Cart, and this is not cart, but it is shopping cart protocol, right? And we say self.cart equals cart. Let's see what's going on right here. And know why? Because this needs to check out protocol. Sign value shopping cart protocol to type shopping cart. Why? Because shopping cart does. Give me a minute. Well, you know why? Because this must be of type shopping cart protocol. Right? I made a mistake. I wasn't thinking. Now I can. So now let's go ahead and we have everything we need, right? So let's just print. We're gonna print just so we see. Now, of course, this is actually processing the order, right? Right. So we just have some stubbing function to symbolize processing the order. All we're demonstrating right now is the decoupling, and the dependency inversion. That checkout isn't dependent on shopping cart. We're using shopping cart protocol. Okay. So I'm gonna say order processed for what? What is order processed for? I'll tell you cart dot items dot count, right? Items for a total of what's the dollar? This is the dollar amount, right? I'm gonna say cart dot get total, cart dot get total, right? And let's go back to this functionality for get total, right? Right? Where do we? No, it's not it. Shopping cart. This is what we do for get total. This is it right here. Okay. This gives us our total. And of course, in our content view, I have a functionality that will format it for us. All right. Again, all this implementation that's in the view in real life, you do that in the you're going to do that in your view model. Okay. So we're going to go down here. And the functionality is very simple at this point, right? go down here. We're using current checkout. We'll say, is this right here at fulfill order? We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to do our concurrent checkout equals checkout carts, and what cart? Where does cart come from? Cart comes from up here. All right. We can do that because we are initialized at this point. Current checkout dot what? Process order. Okay. And I think that kind of takes care of everything. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm building, and the build succeeded, right? So I'm going to say winning, right? And you can see the winning is there. Grant boxing gloves is there. Ringside boxing gloves are there. Okay. So we have all of our stuff. Now I want to fulfill this order. And this should print in here, all of the orders and the total, right? Fulfill order. And this is process 3 orders of 149.97. Right. So this is working, right? This is what I want to want it to be down here, right? You see, screw over. There we go. Right here. And if we go to process orders, jump to definition, this is what it is right here. We have all of our cart information and the total, right? Period. And if we want to let me see something. I think we might want to maybe we don't want to display it. Regardless, this is what it is. This is what we have. And we have all this functionality done. I hope you understand our relationship between checkout and shopping cart using the shopping cart protocol. If you don't quite understand it yet, go back and watch this video again. You can download the project from GitHub and go over this because this is something that you need in the real world. This is dependency inversion. It's one of the important solid principles, and you will need to know this at senior level job. So yeah, on to the next.